we start the video, I'd like to apologize for all the non-fishing content. But it is still fishing content, but it's just us sitting down and talking about stuff. We started our YouTube channel kind of at the end of the fall and made videos, but we didn't have time to make, whatever, pre-made ones because we have school and stuff. And right now we're in the transition between open water and ice fishing, so there's not safe ice yet. There's probably about half an inch on the lakes around here. And the fishing at the rivers is absolutely terrible. We've been trying our best, and we haven't, caught nearly anything. And we're trying to get the Monticello, but it's just, pretty far away, and it's just not convenient with our schedules. So we're trying our best to make content for you and creative content. If you guys have any more stuff you would like us to make or do, please leave in the comments because we're running out of ideas. And I pray that the ice comes soon. So, yeah, back to the video.
Fishing this morning, but it was rough. It's getting really cold out. It's getting really hard to catch fish. It's turning into ice. We're going to be probably ice fishing in probably less than a month, couple weeks.
Yeah, I think we'll be ice fishing by early December.
But
water temps are like 35. It's so bad, but I'd say the open water season's done, except for maybe if we go to Mississippi River and Monticello, we might go there and try to catch a few.
But so we're going to be doing a river recap, our whole season, our 2021 season. We're going to be doing a river recap.
Yeah, river / smallmouth / like tournaments and stuff. We'll just talk about everything,
And maybe a little bit of how to catch them and some tips on.
And just what we caught them on that time of year and the deal. But so we'll talk about that. Okay, so first, I guess the first weekend and opener day, or I think it was the day after opener day, I went to the river and we were looking for some pre-spawners, and I remember it was just kind of tough, a lot of small ones. We went to this one area with some rocks, and we were just kind of messing around. We caught probably, what did you say, 75 small ones?
75 small ones, and we got,
Yeah, and then, one cast was just kind of right in front of me. I was like, oh, there's one. I kind of like leaned back, and then it just started going, and it was crazy. And then Logan started recording on his phone, so we got that on video, half the fight. But
yeah, it was actually Keaton Coast PB.
It was crazy. Yeah, it was 5.4.
5.4.
So 5 pounds 7 ounces, but that was pretty sweet.
Yeah, we'll roll the clip right here.
Yeah, right. Oh my god! Holy crap! Holy crap! Whoa. It's an old fish. I'm getting him. See that tail walk? Go back up. There's a freaking tank. It's a big one. Oh my gosh! And on Monday we got a day off of school, so we went to Mille Lacs in search of more pre-spawn smallmouth, and it was an awesome day. We caught, I think it was 3 big walleyes.
3 big walleyes. The biggest one was like 27, 26.
27, yeah. I think it was 26 3/4. And then also the other ones we caught.
We caught 2 in the slot limit.
So we got to keep them, and that was great. And we also smacked a ton of 4-pound smallies, and it was a great day. I think we had around 19 pounds.
19 pounds.
So yeah, we'll show some pictures of that weekend and smallies. The next weekend, it was unbelievable. I remember the day. So I think it was the weekend. It was the month after opener.
The month after opener.
And they were somewhat on beds. Half of them were like post-spawn, kind of pre-spawn. It was like a mix. And I remember I think it was, what was it, May 29th or something
May
like that?
29th.
Or maybe it was June 9th?
Yeah.
It was June 9th. And we went down there and we were just kind of tooling around. And I remember we just kind of we went to this one bridge and there was like this rock pile. And I just started making casts and I caught like a 2-pounder, real hype because, we're like, let's go, we didn't catch anything all day. And then I caught like a 4.5 and a 5, and then Logan caught an absolute tank.
Yeah, then I caught a 5-pound 1-ouncer.
5-pound 1-ouncer. Yeah, it was what was it? 10,000 fish Sakoshi bug.
Yeah, Sakoshi bug. I love that bait for early.
Yeah,
like
pre-spawn. That's
pre-spawn
a great bait.
fishing.
But most of the smallies we're catching, and I'd say 90% of them are on nets.
Yeah, I'd say
and
so.
Maybe 5% is on jerk baits and Texas rigs and flipping jigs. But then we went to the weekend after that, and it was the same thing. It was unbelievable. I actually had COVID, so he couldn't fish with me. I ended up going by myself for 3 days for like 12 hours. And I remember, I think I had stats, and I'll show a picture of my stats for that weekend. But I think I had around 25 over 4 pounds. I think 5 or 6 over 5 pounds, and I don't even know how many that were over 3 pounds. It was unbelievable. We'll drop some pictures and some of the biggest fish from there, and just like the in general of that weekend and that crazy event. Stinking 5-pounder. 5 stinking pounder. 499, 5-pounder. Look at that thing. Stinking tank. Oh my god. Baby, 501, absolute giant. Let's go. .464 stinking tank. Big smallmouth. .435 lock, stinking tank, boys. Let's go.
Okay, guys. So I realized in filming this that I totally skipped a weekend and just like crazy, like I don't know. I believe it was after the May 29th weekend. And it was the bluegill spawn on one of my favorite lakes, and it was unbelievable. Casting wacky reefs, shallow, and sight fishing them. And we probably caught 20 pounds per day, and I'll show some pictures and videos of that. But yeah, let's back to the video. Okay, so another thing I forgot to add when we were making this was a tournament day that me and my father had on June 6th, and we entered this thing called the SATT virtual tournament, and it's where you can go to any lake in Minnesota and compete against wherever other people go in Minnesota. And there was like 170 anglers, and we went to our favorite lake in the bluegill spawn, and we smacked them. And so yeah, so we got third place. As you can see here, I got the trophy right there. Third place. But yeah, so that was awesome. And then I think it was the next day, and it was last day of school, and me and Logan decided to skip it and go fishing on the same body water, and I caught an absolute giant. It was just over 5.5, and it was 21 inches. But yeah, so we'll show some pictures there. But yeah, so that was a pretty awesome weekend.
Me, him, and his dad went out to a lake near us, and it was pretty rough in the beginning. I think we caught a couple small ones. We're getting some small ones, and then we found this one spot, and his dad was just going off, just catching, I don't know, 4s and just the whole deal.
Yeah, so
And
so Logan caught a 3-pounder.
yeah, I caught a 3-pounder right away, and then his dad, what was it, a wacky rig drop
A
shot?
wacky drop shot.
Just
He was
smacked
casting
him.
around the point, and me and Logan were just kind of tooling around with a Texas rig drop shot. And he's like, "There's one," and it was a tank. It was a 5.5.
Yeah,
almost.
like almost 5.5. And then Keaton trying to grab the net. His rod was on top of the net, and he panicked, or not panicked, like, yeah, he went to grab the
basically
net.
did panic because it was jumping.
Yeah,
and
it was
we were
jumping.
Like,
It was big. It
best,
was like
best.
5 pounds, 5.5.
Yeah.
And so he grabs the net and he pulls it up to go to his dad, and his rod just flips and goes into the water. After that fish, we tried catching it, but we never got back. It was
And during trying to catch that, my dad hooked up again another just under 5, and it was crazy. My dad was having a great day that day.
yeah, he schooled us that day.
He schooled us that day. Okay, so the day after me and my dad and Logan went to one of our favorite lakes, we went right back to the favorite lake, and we fished this point that the landowner lets us fish. And I remember picking up a new rod that day, and I was excited to use it. And we were fishing this point, and I remember yelling at Logan, I was like, "Oh, 2 4-pounders just swam between my legs." I was like, "I'm not even kidding you." And then he's probably thinking that's bull crap.
Yeah,
He's
so I was
probably
like, "There's no way."
And I was like, "Oh, going." And it was crazy. I think it was 4.4 or something like that.
4.2.
Yeah, something around there. But that was pretty awesome that day.
And that takes us into, what was it?
Kind of like middle of July, late
Middle of July. Yeah, this is when we start going on our kayak trips that we like to do.
Yeah.
Up farther on the river. We like doing these kayak trips up there. And we just got into them. We started, what was it? Basically, there's a lot of trees on the side of the river, and you just kind of float by the trees. You probably can take three casts at each tree before you float by them. Mm-hmm. And what we usually do, we take usually one at the beginning of the tree, one in the middle, and one at the end usually. Maybe some more if we catch some fish on there. But I mean, it was like you cast, you catch one. It's like you cast right by the tree, boom, you catch them. Like on the fall. A lot of times, most of the time, we didn't even work it back at all. It usually was on the fall. You let it sit a little bit, and then you feel some weight in your line, and you have one. It was insane. What did we catch the first time?
I think it was 19 pounds, and I think, what was it? I don't know. I think he didn't really catch. He didn't have a struggle day that day. I was catching them pretty good. But yeah, we were using baby Z-Man baby goats with a 1/6 ounce Z-Man net head. But yeah, it was more up north on the river that we like to fish, and usually that's good in the summer because no one ever goes there. We hardly see anyone, and it's just super cool up there. And yeah, but we'll show some clips from the first weekend of that, and then we'll roll into next weekend. Okay, so the next weekend I had a tournament again. It was another SATT virtual, and we decided to go on the Mississippi River up north. and I don't know. It was an okay day. We caught a lot of 2-pounders and some 3s, but I think we got 20th place. Then the next day, I decided to go from the bank by myself, and I remember it was another struggle day. And that weekend was kind of tough, and I remember just kind of tooling around on the point, and I was casting, like pitching to this inside weed line, and I'm reeling it back out of there, and I see this humongous bass come in, and then just engulfs my bait. I set the hook, and I ended up getting him. It was a 5.69, like 21. I think it was 21 and a quarter.
21 and a quarter, yeah.
But it was an awesome day. And then next weekend, I remember it was Saturday. I think it was Saturday, and me and my buddy Jeff went out to Owner Fair Lake. We were fishing drop shots on the weed line, and he caught I think it was 5.2, and then I caught a 4, and that's all we caught that day. It was a quick evening. And then we go the next day, and this was another amazing tournament day. I had a good tournament season this year. And this day we went to Lake Waconia, kind of south of Minnetonka, and it was a fantastic tournament day. I remember we had 18 pounds. We were fishing just like a deep rock pile, and we ended up getting second place again and qualifying for nationals for next year. Yeah, so that was we're also pictures and clips from there. Okay, so the next weekend, this start of August. I remember going to, I think it was a lake, I don't know, 20 minutes away from us, and yeah, I remember fishing jigs on docks, skipping jigs, and we had a phenomenal day. I think my buddy caught a few 2s and 3s, and then I caught one that was 5.5 and one that was 4.5, and yeah, it was a great day.
Yeah, and then the next weekend after that, me in the beginning, I went out on the river. I think I left at around 9 o'clock, so it was a good full day. I went out on the river. It started off a little bit slow in the morning, but as soon as it hit around 10 or 11, I just got on them and I was just smacking them. I'd cast into a tree, see if it ran into a tree, and just get them left and right. I think I got 22.5 pounds that day, and my biggest was 5 pounds, 5.2 or 5.2 something, and I just started smacking it, and then after that I caught a 4.9, and then after that I caught a ton of 4s and a ton of 3s, and then I was like, hey Dad, you got to come down here. I'm just smacking left and right. So after work, he heads down there, we go in the river again, and we just get on them again. We just keep smacking them, just left and right. It's insane. And it rained later that night, so I assume that's one of the reasons why they were fired up. But yeah, it was just an insane day.
And then now it's getting to a fun day. And this was the day before September, so August 31st. We went up north on the river, and it was unbelievable. I remember starting it off, like second cast, like catching like a 4-pounder, water plopper, and then everything just went up from there. It was crazy. We were throwing nets and trees, and I remember I was hooking into like just 3 and 4 pounders, and they were just taking me so far in the trees. Like maybe next year, I think for sure we're gonna try to figure out how to film up there. It's crazy. I mean, the fish up there fight like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah. Nice.
He's your little pet. Look at that. Dude, he's just staying there. That's pretty sick. He's trying to go up current. It's pretty nice small. At least thick. You can see how thick he is. There he goes. Back into the tree.
Into the cover.
Back into the tree. Yep, right there. He's under that log.
We went up to the river. Me and my dad went up to the river, and I think we got 9th place that time. 9th place, and it was 9th out of 144, so that's pretty good. But
yeah, I remember. I think Logan. I think you would have beat us if you would have lost a few.
Yeah,
I
lost a couple of big ones, which still to this day really makes me mad. It always sucks when you lose some big ones, but,
especially in tournaments.
Especially in a tournament, it sucks.
It stinks.
And they're probably like, one of them was like 4, and another one I'm guessing they were like all 4s, which would have bumped up our bag a couple. Like I think would have been 1 more pound and a half pound, which would have been. Which it was like, it was really tight.
Really tight,
all in like the 10th place was like really tight. Like 1 pound away would have got you in 3rd place.
Yeah.
So that always sucks. But I mean, it happens.
Yep. Just gotta keep your head up and keep
Yeah.
trying. And then we go, and this was, I don't think we fished for a while here. I remember we went below the dam, and it was pretty garbage. But the first weekend, actually it was crazy. I think I made a shorts on it. I think you can check it out. It's called I Called It. And it was a day that was pouring rain, and I remember going to the river on the bridges, and usually it's earlier in this time of year, or later when it gets good, and like as the videos that we made, 2 weeks ago and 3 weeks ago, you'll just see us smacking around here.
Ducks back there.
And then, so usually smacking them, but this was earlier in the year, and I remember going there and just smacking them. 3.5s, 4-pounders, and then at the end I caught a 5.15, which was crazy. It was the fattest fish I ever caught, smalley wise.
How much inches would you say it was?
I was probably 19 and a half.
19 and a half.
It was an absolute flip. And then the next day, me and my dad went out for an hour probably after work and after school, and he caught one that was around 4 pounds. And then after that, I was headed to my junior bass national championship in Tennessee, and that was a crazy experience. The fishing down there was garbage for everyone. And this lake we were fishing was a stocked lake, and it was either like an 8-pounder or it was a stocked like 1-pounder. So probably to get in the top 5, which was the payout, it was 8 pounds for 2 days. So that's a 4-pound average for 2 days, which is absolutely horrible.
That's pretty bad, yeah.
And the winners had
The winner had an 8-pounder.
The winner had 2 8-pounders the last day and 0 fish the first day, and they won it.
Yeah.
So it was a cool experience. I'm going there next year because we qualified for that. But yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, hopefully.
So yeah, we'll roll some pictures and clips from those days. And yeah, so talking about the next stuff.
The birth of our YouTube channel started. That was what was it? When was that?
It was October 25th.
October 25th was the first video we uploaded. I think it was all Fat River Smallies.
Yeah, big fat river smallies, and that day was awesome. I remember catching. I mean, honestly, you might not even want to spoil it. So if you want to go see what we caught there, just go look at the video. And also the next time was the 22-pound day in St. Part 1 and Part 2.
22 and a half, I think.
22 and a half, it was 22 and a half pound day.
Part 1, yeah, and then
Part 1.
And then Part 2
is also up. So if you want to see any of those and how we caught them, we're not going to spoil them. Just go check them out. And then I think that was pretty much it for the year.
Yeah.
Besides maybe a few in there. We also went to Minnetonka the last day, which was the last warm day.
Yeah, and King caught his first muskie. It was tagged too.
It was tagged.
It wasn't the biggest, but it's still cool that he caught his first muskie. It was like 30 inches or something,
yeah.
like 31.
And then, I mean that's pretty much it. And then we go to our ice fishing video that we made for the year. So yeah, I mean that concludes the year. But it was an awesome year this year. I'm pretty proud of our year, what we did.
Yeah, I'm pretty proud of it too.
And proud that we started the YouTube channel and we're growing.
Yeah, we're growing. And
Pretty awesome.
if you like our videos, if you like our content, make sure to like and subscribe to the River Rats 13 YouTube channel.
And anyone who likes or views it or even subscribes, we really appreciate you and we thank you for
Yeah.
just helping us out, and tell us in the comment suggestions on what videos you want to see or what you want us to talk about next. But yeah, so
Yeah,
that
maybe-
was the
yeah,
first
ma-
one year recap.
Maybe if you guys want to see like a tips and tips video, we might be able to post that one.
Yeah, we
might
can
make
give
a
you some
tips video.
pre-spawn smallie tips, fall smallie tips, or just whatever you want. Give you largemouth. But yeah, so thank you for watching today's video, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.